Welcome back to Sunshine Forest on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 26 with me, MrSealyp. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are again on Sunshine Forest. If you were on the live stream, depends when this posts, but Sunday, thank you for joining me. It was awesome. I had a fantastic time. Absolutely loved every minute of it. It was very, very cool. I had lots of feedback, lots of people suggesting different things. I had people saying to me, why have you not done chickens? Why have you not done greenhouses or gardens? Why? And I said, well, I wasn't sure what people wanted to see, you know, and I've done that sort of stuff before. Resoundingly, I need to do chickens. I was already loading this log trailer up. So what we said we would do is we're going to deliver this log trailer and see how much money we get, because we are sitting at 93% environmental score, which means the bonus for this should be good. We're in November, so the price for wood should be up anyway. This trailer's still doing silly things where it pushes some logs out and some not, but I'm still managing to get a fair load on, which is good. If you didn't watch the live stream, as you can see, we've got our cows in. Oh, we need to go over and have a look at our herd person our herd person shed. We made Tommy's ration, that's in. What else did we do? Can't remember. Oh yeah, we got a dog, because there was a lot of chat in the chat about the fact you can still throw a ball. Everything we tried, it didn't work. There's no option to do it, but apparently if you hold down a button it does it, and it didn't work, so I don't know. Anyway, we did try to see what would happen. So I'm going to put chickens in, but I think we might do that tomorrow morning. I'm going to deliver this first. We'll come back and we'll have a look, because I'm probably going to need to put some more resources in, because it sat for ages. I was thinking it's not doing anything. It's because I put a load of stuff in, but it needed wood beams and I hadn't put the wood beams in. So there, that's where we were at. Someone also suggested, why don't you do grapes? Because we were talking about what would be cool to have in Farming Simulator, and people were saying about having like breweries and like a proper winery, that kind of stuff that makes beer and wine. And obviously Giants won't do it because of, you know, kids play the game and stuff, and you don't want to be pro drinking and alcohol and that kind of stuff. I get it, I totally get it. And it was mentioned, someone said about doing grapes, because I started to do olives on Riverbend Springs and never harvested them. So yeah, potentially we could do a whole load of stuff. The thing is, well, I don't know, you know, I can't hold off doing stuff on this Let's Play, because then say, yeah, but I want to save stuff for my next Let's Play. My next Let's Play, we're going to do similar crops, if not the same crops. We're going to do similar stuff. It's just going to be a different map with different equipment and machinery. That's generally how it works. That's how the game is played. So I'm curious to see, and we were talking on the stream, what would the bonus be like with an environmental score of 93. So 13 grand, and that's not without all. And I have to say, that's not as much as I thought I was going to get for the logs. I'm sure I did better earlier in the year as well. I thought this time of year we might do a little bit better, but I mean, you can't odds that, can you? That's pretty good. Okay, so we're in a good position. That's where we need to be as we go into our next month, because I'm not running seasons. I've got precision farming on, but I'm not running seasons, so I can plant and harvest whenever. That for me harks back to 19, you know, when we didn't have a seasonal cycle really, unless you were running precision what's the word, seasons. Unless you were running the realismus modding seasons, we didn't really have that cycle. And you could, and also you had that thing as well where your crops would grow and harvest like within 24 hours, you know, overnight your crops would be ready to go. So I still like the fact that if you're not running seasons, the crops still take however many months to grow. It's not like you're just not doing that anymore. So next should be our sunflower, which is the field right down there in the distance. That should be next up, so we'll harvest the sunflower. I'm going to need to get a... I don't own a corn header actually for my harvester. We'll have to sort that out at some point. And well, that's that little bit of forestry I was going to do. Let's whiz over and have a look at the shed. Farmhouse, herdsman, hut, woman, depends. Oh, and also, someone said when we were doing the stream, what did they suggest we did? Oh, they said about getting chickens. Why don't you plant a field of wheat and do chickens? I said, well, I've already done wheat. The wheat was harvested off here. We did the whole crop, the crop swathing, and I've taken a lot of the straw out because that's gone in for making Tommy's ration just behind the lorry. But we're now sitting at 42,000 litres of wheat off that field so far. 138,000 litres of straw has been chugging through, so that's separating. We've still got 173,000 litres of wheat to be separated, so the whole swath is being separated. So we're going to do all right as far as wheat goes off that field. I wasn't sure how much we get off it, but I think we're going to do pretty well. So yeah, as far as feeding chickens goes, we'll be absolutely fine. Our total mix ration should still be chugging away over here. We've got 60,000 litres of total mix ration. Although we still have the same thing. That stopped. We got a maximum on here. Have we filled it up? Where was my thing? There we go. No, it's still what we run out of. Mineral feed. That's not supposed to use very much. I put 4 pallets of mineral feed in there. That's crazy. Do I have? I'm trying to think. Is there any way I can make mineral feed? Well, I know there are ways of making mineral feed. There are tons and tons of mods available for making mineral feed. I'm just thinking with all the crop types we've got, it might just be easier to still buy it. It was 1,000 a pallet. I was not expecting to get through that quickly. But yeah, the weird thing about it is the mineral feed has been going down. My hay, which is showing in here as 493,000 litres, that's because it's taking it from my little hay stack, which is behind this. I put in the silage and the straw. Neither of those numbers have gone down at all, but the mineral feed did. So let's get into our ordering. Let's order some. I'll go straight to the bottom again. I did this. It's easy just to go down to there. You can go into each different section and find it. I'm going to do liftable pallets again because that's what I do. No. 4. Let's do 6 this time. There's got to be a cheaper way. Well, that's only 5 grand, and if I cut down 2 or 3 trees, if I cut down a whole tree and take that over, that probably covers the cost of that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's fine. I'll buy it for the time being. I'll go and collect that. We'll get that running again. And we've got 60,000 litres. They're going to be fine. We did put a mixture in of beef cattle, and we did put in some milkers as well because we weren't sure. We've got 4 litres of milk. Everything's going great. We'll actually walk over and have a look at this. So this has come on another step. We'll just double check and see that I've got the resources in there I need. And then we'll probably wait till tomorrow. Yeah, we put the dog in because we were trying to work out. Let's feed the dog in. Where's Turk? Why do I think his name was Pablo? Was that one of the map tours we did? He'll be about somewhere. He's here to protect the dogs from anything that comes out of the woodland, out of the forest. What do we require? Nope, still chucking away wood beams. I wonder if it'll let me put another wood beam in. It didn't before. Oh, it has, that's right. So we've got a stock. Will it put me in put another planks along in? I'm just trying to make sure we've got enough. No, it won't. Okay. Just that it'll keep chugging if we go overnight. It's coming on, isn't it? Awesome. So I'll probably see you. Where's the dog? I can hear the whining. Is it running around in the... Might be really blind here. I can hear it. I just... Am I imagining... Oh! You alright? Is the dog sleeping? That was weird, sorry. I was just looking because Farm Dog was in the man cave with me a minute ago. I looked round and thought, where's he gone? It's because MrSealyp came in to bring me a coffee, so he's gone off with her. Anyway, sorry, see you in the morning. It's December, it's early. Well, it's early, it's 8:13, it's still dark-ish. But anyway, our sunflower field is ready to harvest. The harvester is out and open. I've leased a header, but I've got some stuff to deliver. As you saw on the video clip, if the editing has worked, our herdsperson's hut is good to go. But, weirdly, it doesn't look like the image, and it doesn't look like it did when I did the mod review. So I'm not quite sure what's going on, how it's changed, or why it would have changed. I'm finding it ever so slightly puzzling. But that being said, what I'm going to do, today's wool and actually the milk, I do need to get another storage or a larger storage. Maybe I should invest in the larger one. Maybe we could put that next door to this one, because the larger one had, it was considerably more, wasn't it? Can I fit it in the gap here maybe? How big is that? Potentially. I think the ministry are thinking about, or talking about at least at the moment, on their property, on their land, putting in a big warehouse facility, because all the stuff we're producing that is for the ministry, all the foodstuffs, really are going to need to be stored centrally so the ministry can access them when they need to. If they've got their own catering kitchens, canteen areas, all that kind of stuff, that would make more sense than having to keep coming to me. So they may be putting in a facility. I don't know. Maybe that will happen. We will see, obviously. Let's have a quick... Yeah, look at the image there. I went with that one, with boards. But the image shows a door with like... but even if you put it like there... So the door's got like wooden strapping across the front of it. Although the image shows it with like brackets. I don't know, mine just doesn't quite look like that. It doesn't matter, it's built, it's done. It's got the triggers it needs to have on it, which is the point behind it. Oh, we were going to look in here and go to silos, weren't we? We bought... What did we buy? It's in the silos, isn't it? Yeah, that for 36. Yeah, 100 grand. Yeah, we've got enough money. That does 72, that does 400. Double stack. Will that fit in the gap? I mean, technically it does overlap with another, but we can put a little bit of a drive bit behind it, can't we? Should we put one in? Just be careful of that tree. Maybe do that. Come forward a bit to there. There we go. Right. So more storage. That's brilliant. So what I can maybe do is separate some stuff out, because I've got, we look down the bottom there, I've got a ton of stuff. It's only showing these at the moment. These blank pallets are the crawfish, sorry. We've got 13 pallets of crawfish at the moment. So maybe separate out, have the goat milk in here, and I don't know. Or maybe I'll just, can we? Where's me thing? We can take stuff out. We can't transfer from here. Oh, maybe we could. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of the best way of doing it. But we could probably store some this away now. Get this out because it's out in the open. Yeah, we'll do that. It just gives us more storage space. That's a good idea. And obviously the silo, because it obviously comes with the storage silo as well anyway, which will again make life a little bit easier. There we go. One of those in. Double stack. What did this hold? Let's go back to there. 10 million litres. That's 1 million litres. This does stuff. Okay, yeah, we're never going to get close to filling that up. But we've got another one in. That's the main thing. Let's transfer. I need to take these to sell, and I've got the wood that's left over from building the herdsman's hut. We'll put this over the axle. That way, it's not all on the 3-point. In theory, and I'll see you up there in a minute. And then what we're going to do is get the harvest done, and then probably the chickens. I don't know if we're going to get the gardens done in this episode. I might put a couple of gardens in. I haven't decided yet. Maybe a couple. Let's do that. We'll go and get the wood, and then what I'm going to do is on the way back, pick up the header that we need for doing our sunflower harvest. Let's go. Well, there's the dog. Look, miles away. We have run out of mineral feed again. I mean, we've got a fair bit of total mixed ration. We're not going to have a problem. We're not short of total mixed ration. That's looking pretty cool. I know it's kind of not counterproductive, but it's that weird thing where I've been cutting down so many trees, and I'm looking at certain bits here now, thinking that could do with some decoration around it. Maybe a little garden. Maybe I could put one in the allotments. I'll do the allotments here. Why? Yeah. Can I fit 2 in here? Don't know. Maybe one. I could probably fit 1 in here, and then 1 next to it. Do a little garden. Why not? Anyway. These need to be loaded, but yeah. So we're done now. As you can see, we do have glass in there. I thought we had a wardrobe trigger on this. Oh, we do. There we go. Wardrobe trigger as well. So we are sorted. Remember, bend at the knees, people. Bend at the knees. On our way through, we will check on our crop swath separating apparatus and see what's happening there. I didn't mention, Joe, when I showed that, was it a little clip of me dropping off those logs? We got paid, was it 9 grand and a grand bonus? That was to cover the cost of buying the mineral feed. We spent 6 grand, so that was 10,000. So I can now buy another 4. And that was all covered by that. I think it was 1 or 2 trees I think I cut down and just grabbed a few of the logs together and took them. So here we're looking at the moment 187,000 litres of total mixed ration made. But we are going to need some more mineral feed. And over here, how we're looking at our wheat and stuff. I'm assuming this is all finished now. Should be, shouldn't it? Wow. So this said 30% bonus in yield, and I wasn't sure. Bear in mind, let's go airborne. That's our wheat field. It's a fair size field, but it's not huge. It's not a gargantuan field. I've been quite surprised by what we've got off this field, and when this field was smaller, we did pretty well with yields. I was surprised. And obviously this crop swathing thing says you get 30% yield bonus. We come over to our door, just there. Let's turn that off because we're done now. So we've got 324,000 litres of straw left, and we've already used some for making some total mixed ration. I don't need bedding, but wheat, 99,583 off that field. I'm amazed how much we got. But then if that is a 30% bonus, we would have only got about 60,000 litres, which again seems fairly high to me. But I'm pleased with that. That's worked brilliantly. And that building cost me 125 grand. The header cost me 40. Oh, I just found a stump. Better clear that later on. With that one harvest, if I just sold the wheat at a decent price, I've covered the cost of this nearly. If I made flour with it, it means I've got to buy production new flour. I mean, you know how the process works. We can recover that money fairly quickly and easy. So, all that being said, we've got plenty of money for putting in our chicken run. I'm thinking over here we might do some forest chickens. Let them, if it allows me to put the pen, if I can weave it through the trees and stuff. So what I was thinking was, a couple. I've been looking at loads of them, and there's loads of the big chicken barns, buildings where the chickens are inside. I prefer the chickens to be outside, scrabbling around. That again, that's just me personally. It's just one of those weird things, Well, it's not weird at all, but I just personally prefer that. So I've got the open pasture, like the one I've used for the cows, which I could use. I think I might do that. I do have one which has got a pen. It is an outdoor one. I don't think we can adjust the size of it, but that will do 1,000. But that I won't be able to do in amongst the trees. So what I want to be able to do is behind where my apples are, weave it around through the trees. Again, I don't know. If it works, great. If it doesn't, yeah, I can't do a lot about that. Now, I can't remember. Where can I sell these? It's wood at these locations, but I know I can definitely sell it all over there. Should we just take it all over there? And then the header's on the dock. That's been delivered, so we'll pick up the header, take that back. Let's get the sunflower harvest done. Did I say canola earlier? No, I didn't, did I? Sunflower harvest done. Is this going to tell me this is not... doesn't take it. It doesn't matter if not, I'll take it elsewhere, but I'm sure it's here. It's just because it's all spare. The rest of the stuff is all selling automatically, so... Straps off. There we go. Tidy. Tidy. Excellent. Right. Let's grab the header. Oh, I meant to say as well. I was having one of those mad moments. You know, I've been renaming things. So I think the doghouse on the on the live stream, I renamed the doghouse. So I finished building the herdsperson's hut. So I'm thinking hut. So I've called it JABBA. Yep. Tick, 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 tick. Come on, Steve. You'll get it in a minute. JABBA. Come on. Anyway, yeah. It made me smile, and that's all that matters. If it's made anyone else smile, brilliant. If it hasn't, that's also fine. So we can tension strap this. This is one of those ones, again, I love these. I wish the tension straps were visible. The fact they're invisible lends more, because I mean, at the end of the day, you can tension strap anything. You can create a frame, you can make anything you want, add tension straps to it, and providing you've got enough lifting weight and weights behind it, you can pick up anything, providing the tension straps don't break and stuff like that. I think one of the reasons a lot of people don't like these sorts of things, we've got the spikes, I suppose technically I picked up on the spikes, but if the tension straps actually went round objects, that would be a bit more believable than them just being not there, you know? It doesn't bother me, but I know people don't like it, and that's absolutely fine. Is that going to strap down? I thought that might strap over, but... okay, we'll see as we head down. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Right, I'll see you down there. Let's get this on the harvester. Let's get the harvesting done. I need to come back up because the actual cows do need some more feed. They're down to 10,000 litres. So once we've done the harvest, I'll bring my smaller trailer up. What's it, 24,000 litres? And we'll stick another 24,000 litres of total mix ration in for the cows. Doesn't seem to be moving. This is one of the Tardis ones. This isn't the fast one. There's a standard 6 mile an hour. There's a fast one that does 15 miles an hour. I've gone for the standard, 6 metre wide, but it worked out way cheaper than the sort of base game 6 metre wide headers to buy and lease. I think it was only 35 grand to buy, and lease was $1.5 grand. And I think the other 6 metre ones, there's a couple of CNH ones, were 59,000 for a 6 metre, so it's cheaper. Again, with the Kesla stuff and the lizards, the Tardis stuff from OmaTana, the Chris S. Riley S. and OmaTana stuff, they do have base versions of. So if you don't want the silly speeds, if you don't want the crazy widths and all that kind of stuff, there are base game versions you can go for. You don't have to use the daft stuff. And I say daft stuff in the nicest possible way. What was cool on the stream yesterday, how many map makers, content creators dropped on. I mean, everybody. The fact everyone's on there is amazing. You know, so many channel members and my moderators and admins, and we had the famous modder Yoss. We had Marnux Mapping. We had oh, who else? We had another modder. My mind's blanked because I said who it was when they came on. Oh, anyway, we had loads of people. It was very, very cool. And it reminds me again why I like doing streams. And people have had loads of ideas of things I could do and should do moving forward, and things I should try. And yeah, we're going to do some more. We absolutely are. I've done 2 in a week. Yeah, I know. What's happened? Who is this person? Where's MrSealyp? Have I been replaced by AI? I mean, who knows what happens when you go to sleep? It was interesting when I was doing the stream because there was, because the stream chat was going by so fast, and I was responding to the chat, and I was telling stories about people saying about different things. Like, oh, that reminds me of this, or that reminds me of that. There were 2 or 3 times I got partway through a story, got distracted with what I was doing either in game or with the chat, and never finished off the story I was telling. Actually, am I going to be able to pick this up off the trailer? I hope I am, and don't grab the trailer. Oh, yeah, that's right. Cool. Drop that down. Boom. Right, let's get out of the way. Get the harvester on this. I'll grab the smaller fence and the trailer. So we're good to go on that. I don't want to hire a worker. I don't think I am. Grab that. That. I do like this. I do like both of them. I think they're brilliant ones. I know, again, people weren't happy when I bought these. The thing is, it's a different one. There are so many different modded tractors to choose from, and we went through a range of sort of 2 or 3 different ones before we moved up to these. And people did the, he's doing what he always does. He's jumping up to bigger tractors with loads of horsepower. What's the point? Well, what's the point not doing it? If you've got the money to do it, and you want to start using bigger equipment and machinery, you need to buy bigger tractors with more horsepower. Because again, what suits some people doesn't suit everyone else. I'm more than happy, like when I've done some of my Polish map ones, I'm more than happy to stay with the same size equipment and machinery and bimble around just doing the farming, just doing a bit of farming but bimbling. People like to see progression, they like to see more stuff and bigger stuff and more tractors and up in your game and getting new equipment and machinery. Some people are happy just for it to be, like I say, you start with 2 tractors, you keep those 2 tractors and you just do your farming. So I'm just back to I just have to do what I want to do, I guess, Let's go. I don't know what we'll get off this, but it'll go into storage. Am I going to make any oils? I don't have an oil facility. My preserved food factory doesn't do any oil related stuff. Let's get going. What am I going to put in this field next? I don't know. I mean, we can flood it, so we could do rice. I mean, we'll need some rice saplings and stuff, but we could do rice. We did long grain rice, but we haven't done rice, have we? What do we reckon on that? It's not deep, is it? But it still floods, so that was the reason behind it. Maybe. I've got to decide. I'm also deciding what map to do next, or alongside this one. There was a lot of chat about that in the chat as well. We did the live stream. I've been talking to Marnock's mapping a little bit over the last, couple of months actually. Who was I talking to the other day? I was talking to Hydra about it as well, one of my moderators admins on my Discord. About some ideas and theories and what I might do. There's some maps that I really like. Again, it's that one. There's been 2 or 3 when I've done map tours and I thought, I really, really like this map. I want to do a map tour on it. The map tour. I want to do a let's play on it. But also there's that thing of, like I've said many times before, you don't want to start a new let's play on a map you really, really want to do. And a lot of the maps have been out a while now, so it's not like it's a brand new map out and everyone's buzzing for this particular map. But you know what'll happen. You'll start a new let's play, then a new map will come out and it'll be that map that you're like, oh my days, this is the perfect map. This is the map I want to play on. And you've already just started one. It happens every single time. I'm kind of coming to the end of a let's play. You then start thinking, oh no, I don't know. Right. we're yielding pretty well. Again, probably more than I thought we would be. Got to be careful around this turn. Don't want to disappear off the edge. I'm going to disappear off the edge. And I've got a bit of room. Back that up a little bit. Let's try that again. That sound of the crunchy, crispy leaves, I like it. Again, it's paying attention to the details, isn't it? Look at the way that the stuff's going in and being dragged in through the headers. Like I say, we get into that habit of just must get harvest done, and you don't really pay close enough attention. Back at home plate. So, harvester done. 18,940 litres. That'll do nicely. For one harvest, can't odds it. We'll stick it in here. I'm definitely going to have to spend some time, because my mind now, I'm already doing that thing where I'm thinking everything's too messy, everything needs to be organised. If I've got 2 containers now and I've got 400 in that, 72 in that, I need to organise stuff into more neat organised things, you know. What needs to go in that one, what needs to stay in this one, separate things out. But that's going to take a while, you know. I know I was kind of umming and ahhing a little while ago, but genuinely I think that's the case. I'm always up the hill. like I said, grab a load of TMR and just top up the cow feed, and then what we'll do, we'll have a look at putting in this chicken thing. It's not a chicken pasture. Chicken pastures. It's not even a pen because it's not penned in. Chicken ground. We'll just call it chicken ground. Chicken forest. The dog seems to wander freely for miles. That's a long way away from the dog kennel. I didn't realise they went that far. TMR. I might do a couple of loads actually just to make sure we've got plenty in here. I might put some more milkers in as well actually, thinking about it. Just rest it on the top of the little shelter there, of course. What could possibly go wrong? Right, let's pull this up alongside. Now, I don't know, like I say, how this is going to work. How much of this you'll actually see in the edit? I don't know. Let's do that. Engine off. I'll do that in a moment. So, yeah, I'm thinking... because I was going to put the open gardens up here, or the greenhouse. Yeah, open gardens I'm going to go for. But I think over there next to that will just give it a little bit more. Then the herds person can deal with the herds, deal with the gardens, just kind of work the land. A little mini farm, I guess. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work. Or indeed if it's going to work. But let's at least give it a try. So, if we're going to, I'll show it again, at least to start off with. If it all goes wrong, then I might not. So we want, yeah, so these are the ones for 14 grand. We've got one that will do 1,000, but it's fenced in, and I'd rather they were able to wander, you know. So which way around do I want this to be? That way around, isn't it? Yeah. So we want it this way around. We'll start with a little bit on the outside. How far away are we from that? Okay. Is that kind of straight? Kind of straight. Let's start there. Do I want to customise it? Yes, I jolly well do. Now, I can't remember which way up we go. Was it that side first? Because I had this before, didn't I? It wouldn't let me place a thing out. Let's go out to the side this way. So it's not actually... one of these is normally highlighted, but it's not showing which one is. I can't... okay, well, let's go this way first. Let's go to there. 1. If I can try and put them where I can see them. 2, 3. Like I said, we can come through amongst the trees. Don't think it's going to be too expensive, but how big is it going to be? Yeah, we'll go a fair old size. Why not? Oops, hang on. What happened there? Why is it not? Oh, did I go too far with each thing? That's strange. Where's my last one? Just can't find it. Go to there. Where am I? Okay. Look at the angle. It's not letting me do that. Or that. What's gone wrong now then? Oh, there I go. Just wasn't far enough. Haven't hit another tree. Should come all the way to here. Yeah, let's do it. Oh no, I've come too narrow in. I was gonna go out there. Oh, what have I done? Can we delete last segment? R3. Where's my last segment? R3. I can't find it. Is that it there? I'm going to look that way. That's where I need to be looking. Right, let's go. There. That's more like it. There we go. I just want to be able to roam, you know? There. What's it colliding with? Have we done it? You know, we might have just barely well done it. How many can it hold? 1,281. We'll take that. Now the question is, do I go and work out a trailer that I can transport chickens in, or shall I just get chickens? Because I don't think none of the ones we've got at the moment I can. I don't know. Actually, does the herdsman? Can I do it with the herdsman stick? Can we do chickens with the herdsman stick? I don't know. Let me just double check. I decided to put them in. It didn't look like the herdsman stick did. So we've got 750. We've got 2 cockerels. I put 2 in. They'll probably scrap. This big enough pen, they can find their own space. 500 at 6 months, and we've got 250 at 0. So those will grow, and then obviously we'll be getting eggs, I suppose, fairly immediately. And we should then have right the way through the woodland, all the way out throughout the woodland, chickens and a cockerel. There we go. Woodland fowl, or a fowl woodland. Poultry in motion. I don't know. I like that. I'm going to leave those trees. I'm going to cut those down. The other thing I was going to say was that row of trees over there, where I'm cutting into the forest, I'm leaving that row of trees as a kind of windbreak buffer for the cat. I know the wind can blow between them and through them, but almost like a little buffer. I might put some smaller trees in between. Did I start saying that earlier? It seems a bit weird that I'm cutting all these trees down. Then oh no, I said about putting in gardens, and then I'm now talking about putting other trees in, but I might put some smaller, shorter trees in as a kind of windbreak in case the wind whips across here to protect them. I know the cows are outside. They're more than happy. They don't mind at all. I am going to get the herdsman stick and bring another 10 dairy, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring another 10 dairy over. What we're going to do now is get that in. Then we're going to go and grab some of our wheat, feed the chickens. So we should start getting some eggs. I'm still deciding, do I wait and do the open garden thing? Tell me what I'm going to do. Let's jump here and let's go here and let's have a, sorry, something just blew in my face. And we go, I do like these. The slot counts are so high. The one without decorations, 34 slots. That's quite nice. And that's got a little hut thing next to it. So I'm thinking maybe here at the back, behind it, that can be then looked after. It's got a little tree with it. I mean, we could put it that way as well. Doesn't really matter which way round. And then a medium one. Well, that'll fit, wouldn't it? I mean, land is not owned by me. What are you talking about? Yeah, put that there and put one behind it. That'll work. We could do that. Have a couple of those in. Why is that not? That can't be full, surely. Oh, it is full. Okay. Okay. I don't think I can put this back in here, can I? That's going to be a problem. Oh, it will let me. That's alright. Cool. Put that back in there. Yeah, so let's give it some thought. There's some possibilities, some things. Don't know how much they're going to take, but we'll see. The forest most fowl. I like that. We'll turn that a little bit into a bit of maybe animal mud. We'll do a little bit of landscaping there. There we go. Let's get that in. Whoa, crazy. And they got a ton of room. They can just peck around, they can eat roots, worms, whatever they want. They're not stuck in a pen. If they want to escape, they're more than welcome to. Oh, can I not put this back in here then? That's curious. It came out of here. Well, I'll be. That's thrown me. I wasn't expecting that. I've got another stump there. Let's get the stump grinder up. How did I miss all these stumps? Got another one there. Oh, need to move that header out of the way, so I'll move that back out of the way. Get rid of that stump, the other stump. Yeah. Okay, looks like then I can't tip into there. I'm on the trailer, aren't I? Yeah. Let's just fill that. And I'll go and stick that in the side over here. And then what I'll do, I'll grab the stump grinder and I'll end with the stump grinding. I'm not even... I'm thinking in my head, this is probably going to be a short episode. No, it's not. Of course it's not. I'll come to edit it, and again I'll have like 80 minutes worth of recording to get into 60 or less. Let's put this in here. I'll go back and move that header. Get those stumps here. There we go. Hallelujah, brothers. Right. So, with blade in hand, well, not quite in hand, but you know what I mean. Let's get these stumps out, which was what I was intending to do. And there you go, that's one. Another one was round here in the grass, right by here. I'm surprised it allowed me to place that without there, actually. There we go. That's those two done. Make sure I turn that off when I go towards the chicken pen. The last thing we need is an early Sunday lunch, but there we go. So, a fowl woodland or woodland fowl. They seem very happy. I spent ages actually. I was trying to get a thumbnail and I'm just watching, scratching around, and again, it's that details. Just watching the movements and the head turns, and just take a bit of time. Just stop and watch what they're doing. They're incredibly well animated, and you know, you look at it and you think it's exactly how chickens move. It's absolutely spot on. Crazy. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.